Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Amanda. So in today's video, I've got 4 of our family favorite crescent roll recipes for you. These are ones that I've made over and over again and our family really enjoys, so I wanted to share them with you. But these are our top favorites out of ones that I've actually posted over the years here on YouTube. So I'm excited to share these with y'all. You know, this time of year, a lot of times stores will run crescent rolls on sale and things like that. Maybe you bought a little too many or something and you need some ideas to use those up. These are great, easy recipes that your family is sure to enjoy just like ours does. So I'm excited to share these with y'all. Great for holiday recipes, but really any time of the year. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video and look at these delicious recipes. We're going to start out with these yummy, delicious chocolate crescents. This recipe is so super easy and so very delicious. They're very addictive. So I highly recommend you try them. You just need 1 can of crescent rolls, or obviously if you wanted to like double or triple this, just however many you'd like to do. And I don't measure any of my like chocolate chips or anything like that. I just put on how many I like. And I had a special request for a different kind of chocolate chip, so that's what I'm putting on here first. So obviously you could change this out and use all kinds of stuff. You could do peanut butter chips and chocolate chips. I bet that combination would be really good. But you're basically going to just kind of fill up that crescent roll and get it to where, you know, it's good and coated with some chocolate chips, and roll it up and place it on your baking sheet, or I'm using a baking stone with parchment paper on it. And I just follow the directions on the package for the crescent rolls on the baking time and temperature and everything. Now, I do use mini chocolate chips ordinarily, but the ones I placed in those first few were just regular size chocolate chips because, like I said, one of my kids had asked for a different chocolate chip. I can't even remember which one it was. It was either those espresso chocolate chips or maybe like some dark chocolate chips. I can't remember, but anything like that would work. I mean, there are so many different combinations you could use with this, and it would be so good. Everything gets all nice and melty, and then you've got, you know, the toasty crescent rolls and everything. And once they come out, I just like to sprinkle them with some powdered sugar, and it makes them look so pretty. These would be great for like Christmas morning breakfast. It'd be something super easy you can throw in the oven really quickly, or even like as almost like a sweet appetizer if you're having like a get together. It would be like so good for any of those things because people are going to love them. They'll probably be the first thing gone because they are so very good, and they're especially good when they first come out of the oven. So now we're going to take our crescent rolls and turn them into cinnamon rolls. And I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love cinnamon rolls. They're so good. I prefer them with cream cheese icing, and I almost thought about doing that with these, but I decided to do this icing, and they were so good. So we've just got some brown sugar in here, butter that's been softened, and some cinnamon. We're just going to blend that together until it's almost kind of like a paste. And then we're going to set that aside. Now, this original recipe called for you to actually use like just the individual crescent rolls, but I got a pack of the sheet rolls because I really wanted them to be more like traditional cinnamon rolls. So I just decided to use the crescent roll dough sheets. Those are so handy for things like this. That way you don't have to press the seam together or any of that stuff like that. But I'm just going to spread my mixture here on top of that. This would also be a good time to like add anything extra you wanted to add. Like if you wanted to add some crushed pecans, you know, like some kind of thing like that you wanted to add in here. Maybe even some like really finely chopped apples, you know, just different things that you could kind of change this up a little bit. They were perfect just the way they were, but I'm always a big fan of finding a recipe that I can change and make it into almost like a new thing. So once we get our mixture evenly spread over our dough, then we're just going to roll that up. And I just used a knife to cut these, and that worked just fine. I know that there's some different tricks to do like regular cinnamon rolls. Like I think some people use floss and stuff like that, but this worked perfect too for this. And they did compress just a little, but I just kind of fluffed them back out, you know. And these will bake in 375-degree oven for about 9 to 12 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. With anything I'm baking, I always check it at kind of the lowest temperature that's setting, and then kind of keep judging it from there because everybody's ovens are different, so you just never know. And what works for one person, you know, may be burnt for another. So, and now that I'm watching this back, I totally should have arranged that into a Christmas tree. I don't know if there would have been enough there to do that, but I've seen those type of things and they're so cute, and I totally should have tried to see if I could at least make one out of that. If you use 2 cans, I'm sure you could probably make one of those cute Christmas trees, and that would be super easy, and it looks really impressive too. So Now we're just making up our icing for this. It's just some powdered sugar, a little bit of milk, a little bit of vanilla. Now just always keep in mind, I've told y'all this before, but go really slowly with adding your liquids when you're making like a powdered sugar kind of drizzle icing. I swear, I don't know what it is, and I've heard somebody else say this too. But once you get like too thin, it doesn't seem to ever want to thicken up. So the big thing is go really slow. As soon as it gets to the consistency you want it, go ahead and stop there. This was perfect on these cinnamon rolls. It was so very good. I do still think cream cheese frosting would be great too, but this frosting was absolutely delicious on them. And it was so quick and easy, and almost felt like you were making homemade cinnamon rolls, but I know it's more like a semi-homemade, obviously with the Crescent Rolls, but it was a delicious way to use Crescent Rolls and turn them into something completely different. This again would be great for Christmas morning, or even like a sweet appetizer for a gathering. I guarantee you everyone will love them and want more. So you'll probably want to make more than one batch. I just did one, but this would be so easy to double, triple, whatever you need. And it would be just a quick, easy way. And it looks really pretty and impressive too. So we really love these. So next up we have pepperoni bread. I put kind of in the parentheses semi-homemade Hot Pockets, because to me this is almost what this reminds me of. This is actually my mother-in-law's recipe. She fixes it a lot of times around Christmas and stuff like that. So we really enjoy this recipe. So basically you've just got I use 2 cans of Crescent Rolls. You can make as many or as little of these as you want. 1 can will make 4 of the pizza rolls, and then you'll get 4 out of every can. So once you unroll those, you're going to keep 2 of those rectangles together, and then kind of I used my little Pampered Chef roller tool to make sure I rolled out the dough and sealed up that seam. You're just going to layer them with pepperoni, with mozzarella cheese, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And this is so customizable. You could, if you don't like pepperoni, you could use other things. You could do ham, all kinds of stuff. So this is definitely a situation where you could, make it your own very easily. You're just going to seal them up the best you can. I didn't do a great job on that first one. This was the first time I'd made these. And so I got a little better as I went through and done some of them. And, you can put as much pepperoni in there or as little as you like, because I did, put a lot on that first one. And then my husband was like, let's put a little less on some of them. So here they are out of the oven. You're going to bake these at 350 degrees until they're golden brown and done to your liking. I'll put that recipe down in the description box. And I'll always stick the recipes down there. So if y'all ever need those, they'll be in the description box. And we just serve these with some pizza sauce that we heat up, and you could very easily cut these into like 4ths and be able to like divvy them up and have several of them as an appetizer. And you can see my daughter's pulling that apart and dipping it in the sauce, and it just looks so delicious. These are so good. Highly recommend them. So let's get started on the ham, egg, and cheese pockets. These were super easy and make a great and yummy quick breakfast. So we're just going to get our Crescent Rolls into rectangles comprised of 2 triangles. So essentially like a whole thing of Crescent Rolls, like an 8 count, will make 4 of these. And I just made 2 just to kind of try this recipe out and see how it was, but it was really good. Now once we get our seam sealed and make sure everything's kind of, rolled out there, we're going to go ahead and start, getting our toppings on it. I'm just going to cut up some ham. This was actually ham I had in my freezer. It was deli ham. And so I just kind of let it thaw out just a little bit on the counter for about maybe 30 minutes while I was doing some setup, and then just put it in there frozen, and that worked fine. So it was kind of mostly thawed, the area that I had, but it still was a little kind of frosty. So we're just going to put some shredded cheese down, put our ham down, and then also put some scrambled eggs on top of that. And it's as simple as that. This would be a great way to use, like if you have some leftover scrambled eggs. Sometimes I like to make like a big batch of scrambled eggs, and something like this would be really great if you have some left over to make, to have for kind of like little breakfast Hot Pockets almost. But we're just going to fold that over and seal the edges. I did have like a kind of kept trying to split there where the like triangles were kind of sealed there, and it was fine. Like it's not going to you don't really have anything in this that's going to come out so much, so it worked out just fine. But I've got my Pampered Chef baking stone that I like to use with Crescent Roll recipes, and we're just going to put those on that. Now this recipe does bake at 375 degrees. You're going to want to bake it for about 12 to 13 minutes, really until it's golden brown and everything, because you're not really cooking the things inside, you're just mainly cooking the crescent rolls. So as soon as it's nice and golden brown, you can go ahead and pull that out and those will be ready to eat. Now, of course, you could do all kinds of fillings with these. I mean, you could do like more like pizza pockets. You could do like a cheeseburger type thing, maybe like with some hamburger meat, cheese, maybe some pickles, like onions, all kinds of stuff. So I feel like you could just really do like a whole lot of things with, you know, using these this way. So I'd actually never used them to make almost like a homemade Hot Pocket. So it was really fun to try this out and we really enjoyed it. My husband really liked these too. So definitely a great way to use crescent rolls. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Let me know what crescent roll recipe you plan to try in the comments down below. I really appreciate you joining me here each and every time that you come and watch my videos and spend a little time of your day with me. So I really appreciate that. I'm trying to still get back into the swing of things, get back into a regular posting schedule, and so I'm excited about that. We've had a little bit of a hiccup with our stove situation, and I'll tell y'all more about that in another video. But yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. Thank y'all for joining me each and every time you do, and I appreciate it so much. I hope y'all have a blessed day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.